G'day. So I read this interesting article the other day about how some women are taking a break from marriage. My read on this? They're probably fed up. So here's my tips on how us fellas can lift our game a bit. Number one is attitude. All right, if you're an adult male in a relationship, I want you to keep this in the back of your mind. Your partner is not and never will be your mum. If you find yourself like one of the, I've heard a lot of blokes complain about their nagging wife and saying this and that, and if you find yourself sitting on the couch watching sport, playing hours of video games, leaving your shit around the place, and then wondering why your partner's sounding like your mum, because you're acting like a teenage boy. Now, I've had teenage boys, and I've been one myself, so I kind of know the behaviour. And you gotta lift your game here, fellas, because your partner doesn't want to be your mum. No, they're not. They didn't marry you for that, or be in a relationship with you for that. Not at all. So make sure that you just change your attitude on that front. Number two, action. Now, this day and age, in most couples, both people have to work. All right. So if that's your scenario, then when it comes to like cooking and cleaning, that sort of thing, you got to do your fair share. It's got to be 50-50. Because, and look, if you're in a situation where your partner is at home with the kids, for instance. Now, I've spent time at home raising kids. It's a lot of work, physically and mentally. So don't assume that they're there to do the housework as well. Okay, and have your meal cooked when you come home. Nah. You need to check in with that shit, because they might be having a really hard day, and then, your needs have got to add on top of that. No, that doesn't work. So do your fair share. Another good thing about that is you've got to keep your independence up, because look, one day you might get turfed out. One day, look, your partner might not be around. And for whatever reason, whether you break up, whether they pass on, you're left with what? And also you got to feel better about yourself. Another thing I've heard about is a thing called chore play. Apparently, it's attractive to some women to see their men doing the household work. So, hey, that might be in your favour. Number three is attention. Now, this is super important. If you've been in a relationship for a long time, it's easy to get into a rut. It's easy to, I guess, take things for granted until a point where suddenly your partner's not there. And then you might regret it, but it's too late. It takes less than 30 seconds to check in with your partner to see how they're doing. Make sure that, even if it's just asking, are they okay? Is there anything that's bothering them? If you notice their mood might be changing, give them a chance to talk. They might need to offload something. It doesn't mean you need to fix anything. No, you just need to listen. And that's huge. And look, even if it's just a daily text to say, hi, how you doing? And the big one, appreciate your partner for being in your life and for the things they do for you and for who they are. Those simple things speaks volumes. It really does. So anyway, those are my 3 tips on how we can lift our game, fellas, and try to level the playing field a little bit. And trust me, when you do these sorts of little hacks and you just do a little effort to put that bit of attention in, then you're going to get the best out of your partner, and it can really turn a relationship around. So love to hear your comments, your thoughts, your ideas. Admit your failures where you've dropped the ball. I'd love to hear those. And of course, if you disagree with me, even better. All right, let's have a conversation about it. And like I said, let's try and lift our game. All right, cheers.